Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be fixing the charging system on this Gravely 430. I've been using this tractor for about a year now. Picked it up, you guys saw everything on it from getting it running to using it some. It's never charged its battery, but someone at some point had put a new regulator in it. I'm hoping something's not wired up correctly or the regulator has a bad ground. We're going to find out. The first test I'm going to do is we're going to check the stator itself. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so in order to check to see if the stator is good or bad, there's these two wires here, and somebody has already rednecked the connector. So I'm just going to yoink two of those out of there. We'll start the tractor and then check these two wires. They should have AC power. They're not DC. The stator on these Kohler engines charges in AC volts and the regulator changes it. So let's fire this thing up and see what we have. I'm going to turn my meter, AC 200. Doesn't make any difference which one goes in where. Get it. Okay, so right now it's at 8 volts. Seems a little bit low for that throttle, but it's working. Stator is working. Alright, these are the two wires off the regulator. I'm going to see if I can get these to stick in here with them. Well, that's interesting. I have good connection with both. Oh, must be I didn't. Okay, that was my bad. Well, gives us our answer up here. So we now know that these two wires here coming from the stator have power, so there's not an issue between the stator and here. These clip to the regulator. That means either the new regulator is bad, the new regulator has a bad ground, or the wire going from the regulator to the tractor not doing what it's supposed to. So I'm going to put these back on and do some more tests and experiments. All 5. So I wasn't going to show you guys this part because it didn't really have anything to do with what I was doing, but I pulled the tank out, and this is the light switch. Goes like that. They had it in there with the wires stretched around the steering shaft, so I was just going to fix it. But I came in here and yep, that's bare wires, so that seems great. I now have to make the decision, do I want to rewire some of this or just put electrical tape on it and ignore it? I knew the wiring in this was sketchy. I mean, you look over here and it's bare and naked and crunchy and chewed on. So really, I probably should just go ahead and rewire some of this. I'm going to make a decision and I'll show you what I decide. Okay guys, I decided to rewire the whole tractor after seeing the old wiring harness. They used some cord of some sort to run to the back, kind of kinked it over there, and things just were not looking great. There was several wires that were naked. Where's the other one? Maybe one of these? Yeah, this one's got holes in it, several spots. So I decided to just go through the whole wiring harness because I didn't want to pull out the light switch before because the light wire was trapped. Not that it has any lights in it anyway, but now I can put some in there and be fine. I planned on just rewiring it off camera because that's not part of the video. And then I was going to replace the regulator on camera, but I completely forgot and got engrossed. So I did replace the regulator already. It's just these 2 bolts here, 7/16 nut, 7/16 wrench. It's a 1/4 inch nut on the inside. And then probably those should be bolts, but somebody switched them to flathead screws, whatever. And then the 3 wires on top. These 2 front ones go to the stator, and the one in the back by itself goes to the key switch or whatever power source you're going to run it through. They had it not run through the key switch. The voltage regulator just always had power, and so I switched it so everything is run through the key switch. The only thing that has power when the key is off is the key switch and the push button. Those are the only things. That's how the wiring diagram said to do it with the push button. So I will put a picture of the wiring diagram in here somewhere. You might have already saw it. But we're rewired. I ran the rear lights wire back here and coiled it up there because it's supposed to be a light on the back like that. And they removed it to put this shield on. But everything's rewired all the way back here. Now I just got to put the gas tank back in. And we should be able to fire this thing up. And it should charge the battery now. There shouldn't be any issue there. So let's get things put together and fire it up. Alright guys, let's hook up the battery. Everything's put back together. It's rewired. Let's see what it does. Okay, not drawing any power. Okay, we're at 12.52, let's throttle it up. didn't change anything. So this thing's still not charging the battery. The stator's working now. 13.6, 13.5. That's what it needs. So for some reason, still the voltage regulator is not working. So I think it's a 15 amp regulator. I bet this thing has a 10 amp stator in it. And that's why it's not charging. So I'll have to find a 10 amp voltage regulator, or I will have to switch this to a 15 amp stator. Which one I'll do, I do not know. But this stator's working, so not sure what else I ought to do with it. But I guess in the meantime, it doesn't do anything still, so I don't really know. Alright, 12.62 is our battery voltage. Let's start this thing up. I just put a new voltage regulator in it. I had ordered a 10 amp one. Just installed it. Let's see if this thing will charge the battery now. Okay guys, so it seems to charge now. It's not the best. Not going to be able to show you because unlike a conventional charging system, the 10 amp does not just bring it up to like 13 volts, 13.5 volts to charge it. It just slowly brings the voltage up and up and up. So as it runs, it'll go from 12.2 to 12.3 and then to 12.4 and then eventually to 12.5. It's a really slow process. 10 amp systems are not very good. You can't really run a whole lot of extra accessories off of them. But they do work to keep the battery maintained. So that's going to be all I am going to get to in this video. This thing charges now. Hopefully I won't have any other issues with this tractor. I've already put a lot of time into it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any video requests, drop them down in the comments along with any questions you might have. And thanks for watching. I will catch you guys on the next one.